Castro and I'm the Hometown Humanitarian Director in Africa, an initiative being run by Yudabands. And at the same time, I'm also the founder of Him4her Foundation. And here I am with my co-founder.
Yes, my name is Amara Irene, and I'm the co-founder Him4her Foundation and the Yudabands. We do a lot of work outside, and we want to come and talk about some of the challenges in the community, because we go down to the community, we go to villages, and we know what happens there. So we just want to be coming back here every week to update you on what is happening, the challenges, and other things that go on in the community. Maybe you tell the viewers more, because I came in the middle. So I want people to understand what is Him4her, who is Castro, who is Amara, what are they doing, what is their mission, what is their goal, what are they trying to achieve, yeah? So I want you to elaborate on that,
Yeah, so me as Castro, I work with Yudabands and I've been working with them. And we had some projects going on with the Giving Shop projects, whereby, there were so many hometown humanitarians in Uganda, Nigeria, Liberia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, that we used to have those projects that, we help people in our community, the vulnerable ones. So specifically me, I was in charge with the single mothers, those families that are going through a lot, that maybe they are expecting children, in their family. So we'll give them things like, mama kits, baby items, clothes, feeding bottles, and the like. So in the process of doing that, it was still, I would say, my shop was called Newborn Haven. Okay, then Newborn Haven gave birth to Him4her Foundation. Now, it happened because now, in the process of going deep into the community, trying to help single mothers and pregnant mothers.
Sorry to cut you off, but how, before we get to Newborn Haven,
yes,
who is Castro? Who was Castro before all this? How did you meet? How did you get here? How did you get to meet Yudabands, to get to Newborn Haven? Like, we just want to know the story, how the whole thing started.
How I got to meet Yudabands.
Yes, like how everything really started.
So, personally, I'm a philanthropist by nature. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Before even I met Yudabands and met Laurie, I was into helping the vulnerable community. So this happened as I was in Zambia, serving my mission and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's where I got to meet Laurie, who was then my, mother, mission mother. That's what we call her. And then together with her husband, Laurie. And after that, mission, that's when, President Whiting told me about Yudabands. It was an organization that they have been running since 2007. I think I was just, I don't know how old I was by then.
4 years.
Yes. Yeah. They told me about the organization whereby they used to go out and they would sell bands. So Yuda bands, that's where the name comes from. Yuda means help, a help band. So they would sell out bands in South America.
Like the one for the
Yes. Then they would sell that and the money would be, diverted towards paying for kids education. So then she told me to think of a project that we could put under Yudabands.
So by the time she told you to think of a project, was that when you were still in Zambia?
No, I was already
after your mission.
After my mission, I already come back, and that's when she came up with that idea. Then I supported it. I started doing a research, first of all, here in Uganda.
Which year was that?
I think it was around 2023, 2024.
Okay.
Yes. I started doing a research. They gave me a task to do a research about the returned missionaries in Uganda, how they're living their life and all that. Now, remember, they were mission presidents, so they wanted to help the returned missionaries. Yeah, so I did the research, and then we found out that, we can support the returned missionaries through, the Giving Shops project, whereby They can have a project to help their community. Then audience from the US, they can buy items from their shops at a small profit to support them. At the same time, also the items goes into helping the people in the community.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's where the World Giving Shop project came in. That's when I started my.
So it was your idea for the giving shops?
My idea, not entirely. It was Sister Whiting's idea, and we came in together. We have been working as a team right from the beginning up to now.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow. So from being your mom in the when you were in your mission,
True.
and then now she's like a spiritual mom and a mentor.
Yes.
And also you're partnering with her.
True.
Wow, that is amazing. So how did Newborn Heaven come up?
Now, because of the giving shops that most return missionaries they were coming up with, we have Clothes Mark from Liberia, we had Hope Mart from Nigeria, we've had Seren Clothes from Zimbabwe, we've had a couple of others from Zambia, and Uganda we had a couple of them as well. So I came up with the Newborn Heaven because I've seen in my community in northern Uganda, there's so many young mothers who get pregnant and they get abandoned. So I thought with this initiative I can come in and support them, give them that relief, so they can welcome a life into this world, at a much better pay.
That is amazing. Yeah, so that's how you ended up in Gulu?
Yeah, that's how I ended up in Gulu. That's when I met you as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, yeah, so that's how we met. And I used to follow him to the field to give out basins, mama kits, newborn items. And in the process, he comes to me one day and he's like, Sister Whiting, I think you should tell them that story.
Yes, so there was a little girl called Lakisa, a single mother. At that time, she was again pregnant and went out to give out things to her. And it was such an overwhelming time and moment for her. She cried and all. Then we shared the video to Lori, and Lori was like, you know what? I think it's the high time we should tackle the root cause of this problem, which is not the girls, it's the boy child. The boy child, they need to be morally upright. They need to be trained on how to take care of the girls in their community. That's how Newborn Heaven gave birth to Him4her Foundation.
Wow. So yes, when we had a meeting about it and we were like, how do we go about this?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I was a hometown humanitarian myself, but it wasn't in a professional way. It was
True.
just, helping people in the community and all that. So when we talked about it, and I'm like, okay, so boys are the main problem here.
Yes.
Yeah, because how will these girls be getting pregnant if it is not the guys?
Yeah.
So there's a boy somewhere putting something somewhere.
Absolutely.
For,
Yes.
And so that is how Him4her Foundation came to life. So we got a lawyer. We started the process of registering an organization in Uganda, since Yudabands is an American initiative, right?
True.
So Sister Whiting, the founder of Yudabands, with the husband, President Whiting, shout out to them. So that's how we started. And when we did our research, we realized that most of the problems that women have, or particularly girls have, is coming from the boys. Boys are irresponsible. They don't want to take up responsibilities. Now, not all boys, but considering the situation of teenage pregnancies, what does a 13-year-old girl has to do with pregnancy? Like, what's your business with pregnancy as a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old? You're supposed to be in school. So some of them also were rape cases, not only from this youth, but also from their own relatives. Yeah. And when we did our research, we realized that we have so many broken boys. We didn't want to say boys are the problem. we wanted to solve the problem, yeah, but we needed to first know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a mental health advocate. So we did a research and we realized that we need to understand boys more and their problems. So that's how Him4her came to life. And we not only support boys, but also educate girls and women. So yes, we are still continuing with Newborn Heaven because that's what brought Him4her Foundation. So it's about boys, really. And how do we help boys respect women more or take up responsibility? Because I believe there should be a transition, from boy to man to being a real man.
Yeah, so this all goes back to, starting with a boy before they becoming man. We have the first very, very project, which we call it a Save a Boy project, And Save a Boy project is all about mentorships, about education and emotional support for, young males who are boys, and the only way we attract them is through sports, through sports, through dance, because that's what they love. So that's how they tend to invite their friends over. Then as they come, we train them, we mentor them, and also we give them a moral lessons so they can respect women. They can stay away from sexual related activities that can lead to problems and responsibilities that they're not yet ready for. Yes.
Yeah. So apparently we have a project, Save a Boy project, like he said. We gather boys through football.
Yes.
If it was maybe a girls' project, it would be like a tea party. I was invited for a tea party by UGF, Uganda Girls Foundation, United Girls Foundation.
Yes.
It's Denise and the team. They're doing a very wonderful job with the girls. And we are going to be partnering with them soon because their focus is girls.
Yes.
But then they reached out to me and they're like, we realized we can't only be empowering one gender. So we'd really love to collaborate with you so that we find a gender balance.
Yes.
So yeah, it's amazing that I know one day we'll get time and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
So yes, back to Him4her. We have a project, and through that, we are bringing boys together through football. Some of them are talented, some of them are dancers, some of them are good with craft. So, as the founder of Him4her Foundation, what is your long-term goal for these boys? Something sustainable for the boys?
Yeah, so we've had a pilot project. I think we have run it so far for about 4 months. We're going to have a 6-month pilot project with the football project, whereby we save boys through this Save a Boy project. They can play football, we mentor them and all that. And it's been going on very, very awesome. And then now because of that, it has helped us with the second project, which is called the Strong Fathers Project. Because now there are some men who already made the mistake, they have children already. So we are now coming to support them and all that. So a long-term sustainable plan is to actually have our own turf, because currently, hiring for a football pitch can be quite expensive. And most of these kids, when they come, they play and they go, and all the money goes into making sure that we are mentoring. We have our mentors, doing their work, and also the coach doing their work and all that. But having a football turf would be a very, very great help for us, because now a football turf, we can have walk-ins, customers who can come and play, and then that money we can divert it towards skilling some of these boys and some of these fathers as well, so they can gain skills to take care of themselves and also have confidence to start families of their own.
So aside the football,
yes,
how do you intend to transform these boys?
Wow, mentorship. I love what Barbara shared. She talks about mindset change. Okay, it all starts with the software. Through this gathering, we mentor them, we change their mindset to respect women, to be morally upright, to stay away from drugs, to stay away from, chastity activities that can make them, become young fathers and all that. So these are these are the things that we work towards together with you, of course, so that we can help their mindset change.
Yeah. So, which community are you targeting?
So, of course, as hometown humanitarians, you start from where you live, okay? And currently, I live in Kajansi Namolanda area, and we are focusing with the community in Kampala. I think Namolanda is part of Wakiso, but of course, everyone thinks it's Kampala. But yeah, we are along Entebbe Road, and that's the community that we are focusing with. Of course, we met the local council one.
Yeah.
The local leaders, involving them is very, very important, and they've directed us to the vulnerable kids and places whereby we can go and do our mentorship projects. Yeah.
I was talking to one of the boys that we mentor, and sometimes these boys come up to me and they're like, we want this, we want that, we want, how do you intend to solve that problem or that mindset of them wanting and not wanting to take in and learn, relearn, and change their mindset?
Yeah, I will give an example of some of the children that have been mentoring for the past 4 months. Their minds are changing currently. Before they loved adults and all that, but because of our mentorship project, their mindset has changed they're now directing towards being self-reliant, having skills that can help them become, self-reliant on their own, whereby they can now don't depend on just receiving, but, as well as being able to help other boys as well. Yeah.
Most people growing up, I've seen so many organizations or even in communities.
True.
They focus more on girls or womanhood. Even in churches, there's more of course nowadays they are now doing men gather, they're now doing men's conference, but it's just something that is coming up. And for over the years, it has always been the girl, And also, even in a home setting, in an African home setting, a girl has to go cook, clean. Like, a girl is literally taught how to manage a home, keep a home. And that's what wives do, right? So when they grow up, they already know how to keep a home. They know how to clean, cook, basic things. But then the men, growing up, you're playing football, if there's school, you go to school. If there's hunting, you go for hunting. There's no proper mentorship. And back in the days, my grandmother told me that in a Choli culture, they sit like a campfire every evening, whereby they teach. So they teach younger ones how to behave, how to be a good woman, how to be a good man, how to be a good boy, how to be a good girl. But nowadays, we are always on our phones.
Yeah.
We are always on our phones. We are having this, we are having that. We don't even have time to sit with family, even on Christmas.
True.
Someone is going to say, "No, I'm going on a trip with my friends. I'm going to the club. I'm going to, So, what is the digital way of doing things right now? Since those days, it used to be a campfire where there used not to be phones those days. But now that kids are having smartphones, always scrolling through their phones, and also mental health is becoming another thing. Depression is kicking in, and kids' mental health are literally disorganized. So how do people used to handle things those days? And how can we put that into action in today's world?
Yeah, in today's world, we are going digital, and a lot of things are happening and changing. And as Him4her Foundation, we are looking at social media, one, and secondly, you talked about mental health. We're working towards, personally, I'm a software developer and an IT personnel. We are looking towards building an app, an application, whereby, we can use it on Android and iOS, whereby, kids, both the boy child and the girl child, they can, go through it, help their mental well-being, anxiety, depression. Of course, there are a couple of questions that they will assess them through the app and all that. Then we'll give them some solutions as well. But apart from that, we believe in socializing and healthy socializing, not going to clubs and drinking and all that, but meeting as, through WhatsApp groups or TikTok live and all that, so that, digitally we get the lessons that most of the children or the boy childs are not getting today as compared to back in the days.
Yes. And we have a meeting every last Sunday of the month. So
Yep.
you can join in from wherever you are. We meet physically, we talk about mental health, we talk about
Yeah.
lifestyle, we talk about different things, relationship, marriage, education, and all that. So please, if you want to join, you're welcome. Yeah. I wanted to talk about boy children
Yep.
or men of today. The same men that were ignored 20, 30 years ago, they're the husbands of today.
Absolutely.
And now, why is the rate of divorce so high?
I'm not so sure. I think it all goes back to communication. Most marriages stand on communication and being honest and being trustworthy. And I believe if you do the statistics, mostly comes back to finances, whereby you find, the husband is secretive about his finances or the wife is secretive about his finances. They're not communicating well. And yeah, but at the end of the day, the man's work is to provide and to protect the home and the family. And the woman's work is to nurture the home. But in today's world, you realize that everyone works these days. And sometimes you find that, the woman works and the man as well works. But sadly, you find the woman maybe tends to be secretive about their funding. Yet at the same time, they need to pay. Have you heard of a story whereby there was a young lady that they were staying with her husband in the house for over 10 years. Mm-hmm. Then later on, they found out that the house was actually belonging to the lady and they were paying rent. Such scenarios.
Wow. Okay. I don't want to say she's a smart lady because I have.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, it all goes back to communication. Yeah. So as men.
Wait. So the man kept on paying rent every month.
Yes, but the money was going
to the wife. So did they have like other tenants?
I'm not so sure about the story, but it was around that story whereby they were paying rent secretively. The landlord.
I believe the woman also used to say the landlady said they would kick us out of the.
Yeah, so it all goes back to the values and the morals that we train our girls and also our boys. Honesty is very, very important. Being morally upright is also very, very important. We teach the boys to stay away from sexual relationship. And if you're married, you have to be faithful to your wife, and you have to be faithful to your husband, because those are the things that builds and increases trust and compassion. So we are going towards transforming lives of boys to transforming lives of family as well.
Yeah. Yes. So the whole thing is, if we save one boy, we have saved 5, because
yes,
there are men who have like 5 baby mamas, 6 baby mamas, and sometimes it's not even baby mamas. I hate the word baby mama, baby dada, because I feel like it's like a new curriculum.
Yeah.
Because did we have that word 30 years back?
Not so sure about that.
Did we have like 20 years back?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe I need to host an elderly person next time so that I ask them these questions, because I feel like baby dada, baby mama is becoming so common that people have normalized it.
Yeah.
Like it's now okay to be a baby mama. It's now okay to be a baby dada, because as long as the money is there, the kids are okay.
Yeah.
But
child
is it
support.
really about money? Is it all about money?
That's a very interesting question. It all goes back to what I talked about before, communication and being morally upright. Because if you train your daughters well, if you train your sons well, they would want to have a normal family of mother, father, and children. So they will work towards staying away from sexual relationship before marriage, and when they get married, they will focus with being faithful to their spouses. In that way, I don't think the world would be having baby mama or baby daddy and all that. So yes, it all goes back to morality. So Him4her Foundation is here to fight immorality in the communities, whereby we let the boy child grow knowing that, what, I want to have a family of my own and I have to stay clean before then. And when I get married, I need to be focusing with only one wife. So in that way, we tend to, hold the situation down.
So who is a real man?
A real man is
Who is a responsible man?
A real responsible man is a man that provides and protects for his family. Provision, sometimes people think it's all about money, but it's not just money, it's your time, It's about providing your emotional support as well to your children, providing physical support to your wife, when it comes to things in the house, chores, and the like. Him4her is all about training the boy child, to be better providers and better protectors, from emotional to finances to social protection. With the digital world today, you find a lot of boys are watching a lot of bad stuff on the internet. So a real father, a real man, a responsible father helps to guide these children to go in the right way. And that's what Him4her is all about. We are training the boy child, save them to become strong fathers through our Strong Fathers project. Then later on, they'll be good fathers and citizens in the community. Yeah.
That is it. So because this is the first time, we have been running so many projects and we didn't have time for the media team to do their job of, talking, having these conversations, taking videos, because we were busy trying to create a foundation for Him4her Foundation. So yes, it's about boy children, empowering boys, strengthening girls, fathers, the community, giving them hope and telling them that we are here. We have a team that we work with, the counseling team. Why the counseling team is because mentorship, like he said, we need to counsel them. Some of them have trauma, some of them have, so many things that I will not be having the time to go into details today. But like I said, every week we will get time, sit down, and also invite other hometown humanitarians to talk to us about these things. We will also talk more about teenage pregnancy, the challenges, real life challenge, not something read in a book. Real life challenge, because we are on ground, we do this work ourselves, we are in the community, and we see what is happening. So we are these are the things we are going to be talking about. Who is a man? Who is a woman? Who is a well-trained woman? Who is a well-trained man? Who is a capable person? You get it? Capability in terms of finances, mentally, physically, So that is what Him4her is about. So in the next episode, we are going to be back here with Newborn Haven, and we will also know what Newborn Haven is, what it does, who it helps, Like I said, it's not just boys. We are empowering the community, This is real life story. This is not a joke. So I call upon all of you to, aside listening to this, share, and also if you have time, come and visit us. Come and see the work that we are doing. Come and talk to the boys. Come and talk to the girls. And if also you have a skill, something that you can teach the boy children, the girl children, because we also have boys from the streets, that we are trying to get out of the street. That is going to be our whole topic for another day. We are trying to get these boys out of the streets, skill them, and transition them from boy to man. So for today, it's just introducing ourselves and telling you guys what we are here to do, what Him4her is about. So in the next episode, we are going to come back again with Newborn Haven, and we'll talk more about the challenges we have had, our success stories. We also have success stories, you know. Yeah, and yeah, shout out to Yudabands, shout out to our founders, Dylan from the US, Janita from the Netherlands, and Eric behind the camera. Thank you so much.